Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
Welcome to Wrath and Story. I'm your explorer, Jay Jones, joined by my co-explorer, Andrew Dickinger.
That's me.
And our Servo Skull companion, Daniel Fernandez.
Hey guys!
We're recording this from inside the rogue trader vessel known as the Flexible Demeanor. Well, I guess we're actually not inside of it at this moment. We're actually on a shuttle about to go on an away mission. Isn't that right, Daniel?
Yes, we are. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Well, we're normally in the Flexible Demeanor, which we have made as our new home, thanks...
Home away from home.
Yes.
Wait, do we have an original home?
I mean, I still don't know. It's hard. Every time I try to think back... Anyways, but that's where we've been living.
We sort of were living in another place, but then it blew up.
Yeah, man, that was some crazy times. But we're here now in our new home on the Flexible Demeanor with a captain. What's his name again?
Salvor Hardin.
Salvaro Hardin. Salvaro?
Salvor.
Ah.
Yes.
Salvor.
You've been getting his name wrong this whole time?
Forever.
Just call him Captain Hardin.
Captain Hardin. I'll get it right eventually.
He doesn't like it when you say his first name anyway. So.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
And, of course, this is all made possible via some ancient podcasting equipment, which we may or may not have completely haphazardly bolted onto Daniel. Sorry about that, Daniel.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah. Well, we're able to record and share our ongoing adventures as Andrew and I explore the many corners of the grim, dark universe, and that's kind of the deal.
It's a weird place.
It is.
Lots of stuff.
And for those of you who are joining us for the first time and haven't listened to our previous adventures in Dark Heresy, don't worry, this is a brand new start for us, and I can easily sum up everything you need to know about Andrew and I. You see, well, I guess I would describe us as really, really competent.
Handsome,
brave, so brave, the most brave, and we never make any mistakes, and we've never run away from anything.
Never.
And now, for those of you who have listened to our adventures in Dark Heresy, I just wanted to say, keep it to yourself. Now, it's a new day, and we're going to be really smart and really strategic this time around, we swear. Now, we should probably talk about the format of these, recordings, cataloging, archiving of our adventures. You see, to properly convey just how crazy some of these adventures are, we find it's easier to communicate these things via Daniel, describing everything and sometimes asking for us to make, dice rolls is what it's called, Daniel?
Yes, dice rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's super weird, though, that, like, somehow in the translation, all of the voices of everyone that's not us sounds like him.
That does come up sometimes. Sometimes other people sound like you, Daniel, but I guess that's just part of the podcasting equipment processing everything.
Yes, they sound similar to me. Sometimes they sound a little bit different.
Yeah, sometimes like a little bit deeper or a little bit lighter. It all works out. But basically, it's similar, these recordings, to what the great historians once called role-playing games, I believe. You see, before the Age of Strife, these things were everywhere, and these games or systems really helped describe what you couldn't see. So previously we used the Dark Heresy system, but as of today, thanks to a rediscovery by the Tech Priests of Mars, pretty big discovery, by the way.
My buds.
Yeah, they've unearthed a new system known as Wrath and Glory. Daniel, do you want to talk a little bit about Wrath and Glory and what kind of system it is?
Wrath and Glory is a new role-playing... Well, not new. It's a very ancient, new to us role-playing system.
New in the way, I mean, as we know, most technologies these days are just rediscovered.
Rediscovered
So
new.
it's newish.
Newish, we'll call it that.
It's a new discovery.
Yeah.
Yes. This new role-playing system is based, instead of on the D10 and the percentile dice, is based on the D6, so rolling a traditional six-sided die. Generally, when you're going to try to do anything, you're going to roll a bunch of six-sided dice. Depending on how good you are at something, you roll more six-sided dice. If you're bad at something, you only roll a few.
Oh,
and
right.
You need to get a certain amount of successes for something good to happen. If you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you fail. If you roll a 4 or a 5, you succeed. And if you roll a 6, something really cool happens.
That will happen very rarely to Andrew and I.
I mean, if ever.
Yeah, we're good. We're good at rolling 6. Actually, you know what? We might be actually better at rolling 6-sided die.
You mean because there's less chances to fail?
Yeah.
But doesn't that also mean that there's technically like the averages?
Look, we were
much
never getting
higher?
high, but if you shrink the middle part closer to the bottom part, we're technically closer to the highest side of the die.
So this is a Jay feel better about
yeah,
himself.
I feel a lot
moment.
better about this now. I think this is going to be good for us.
One more interesting thing about the dice. Well, I don't know how interesting it is, but we'll say it's interesting. One of your dice is a wrath dice.
A wrath dice.
It's a different color. Mine is blood red.
Mine is also blood red
Mine's orange. Wait, why isn't mine blood red?
because you're not cool enough for blood red.
Oh no.
Oh, no, maybe you're the coolest.
Can I requisition
That's-
a better die maybe? Or?
No.
We'll have to talk to Captain Harden about that.
Oh man. All right. Well, I guess I'll keep my orange
Yeah,
die.
it's strange he had all those dice selections. It was-
Yeah, I feel like we're leaning on the fourth wall a little hard here.
Well, we should step off that wall before we break
Yeah,
it.
exactly. The shuttle's a little weak.
Speaking of which, we've been on the shuttle for a little while, Daniel. Can you talk a little bit about where we're going? I know we've been talking a bit.
So we're heading over to the ship called the Son of the Prophets.
Ooh.
It's another rogue trader vessel that we're heading over to. Captain Harden was going to meet with another captain, Captain Mallow of this ship. Mallow had discovered a Xenos artifact that Harden wanted to buy. But when we reached the rendezvous point, and it was rather difficult because of the difficulties in the warp lately, there has been no response either from their Voxcasters or their astropath. This ship seems to not be responding at all.
Are there any systems that are detected as being on?
All of the systems are still on is the issue. In particular, the security system that would make it impossible for us to land on the
Oh,
ship.
good. How are we gonna land on this ship then?
So
With
Har-
gusto.
Yeah, well,
But then, like, when we actually have to land, how are we gonna do that?
so Harden has a whole crew ready to go to land on the ship and deal with any sort of threats that might be on it, or to just salvage everything on board if everybody happens to be dead. But we need to get on board and turn off the security system first. We're Harden's problem solvers.
Oh, good. That's
Yeah.
good. We're his favorites, you might say?
Yeah, well, this is sort of for your room and board to be on the ship.
Yeah, I guess he was
Ah.
gonna eventually ask about that.
You know, I thought that like if I just avoided the question long enough,
Right?
then it would just go away.
Well, he would start talking, and then if you just ran away in the other direction, I mean, I feel like...
No, I did the opposite. I just didn't move, and therefore he can't see me.
Do you think that's how that works?
It doesn't.
Do you think you're doing it right now? I can see you.
What's your stealth skill?
How hard is
I can
this
tell you
test?
it's not great if you're trying to do it right now.
It's a 3.
Awesome.
Good.
Now, so we have a large breaching auger on the side of our shuttlecraft. That's
Is that what that is?
yeah, the thing that sort of looks like a big old drill. It's called a breaching auger.
Ah, that
they're-
makes sense.
They're rad.
Yeah, they're usually used by space marines, but Harden had one laying around.
No questions asked.
Fair enough. Not sure where he got it.
And we're going to latch on to the side of the Son of the Prophets, drill in, make our way to the bridge, turn off the security system, and that's it. Ideally, we should try to get the Xenos artifact, maybe figure out what's going on the ship, but our goal right now is to turn off the security system, then Harden can send everybody else over.
You know, it seems like we have a little bit of time before we get there. Maybe we should check equipment and make sure everything's
Yeah.
ready.
I mean, I think we've probably got the same equipment, right? Like you've got, I've got my shuriken pistol, and I've got
No.
my Ranger long.
No.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting used to this. It's a little weird for me.
You did like follow the instructions from the Eldar liaison, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I tried. I don't know if they were entirely sure of my situation and
I want
sent
to-
everything over in Eldari, which I mean, I can't really read. There's some
it
letters
has
that
an
I'm picking
inbuilt
up.
translator.
Wait, there was an inbuilt translator
The
on
button
there?
on the bottom left that says translate.
Oh no. Yeah, I stared at that thing for so long. I
was-
figured if I just stare at it long enough,
No.
it'll make sense.
No.
We should maybe mention Jay's particular condition at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, as I've indicated, I've got a shuriken pistol, and I've got a Ranger long rifle, and I happen to be a human soul trapped in an Aeldari body.
Yes, that was a thing that happened.
Yeah, it's A lot of stuff happened in those Dark Heresy days, and look, we don't need to go over it, but sure enough, I
you're
lost
alive.
my old body. I am alive, yeah, but my old human soul is now in a Aeldari body, which I gotta say, by the way, really flexible. Like, I can, like, look at how deep these squats are. Like, look at that. My butt's almost at the floor. This is impressive.
I don't want to watch that.
I don't have a butt.
I know, Daniel. We'll get you one eventually.
Like
That's got to be an upgrade that we can requisition.
I don't
right?
need one necessarily.
I don't know. I feel like when you just said it now, you were like, I don't know.
There
if
was
I had
there was
butt.
a hint of depression
There
of
was a
no
little bit.
buttness.
Well, okay, yes, I am in an Aeldari body. Sorry, that's how we like to be
That
called
is
now.
not acceptable.
What do you mean? We don't go by Aeldari anymore. It's Aeldari, okay? Now what about you, okay? You're not exactly the same that you were as well.
Yeah, okay, so I got, I'm human. What's left of me?
You did get cut
have
up a lot.
problems.
You lost your big robot mech arm that you had on your
well, I
back.
think we're getting ahead of ourselves. I mean, there was the leg first.
Yes, you did lose that.
So that's a robotic. And then, yeah, I had a servo arm, but that got torn apart. It's just a sort of life support system now called a Skitarii Autocuros. Keeps me alive. But in hindsight, it's interesting because I don't actually need to breathe,
Wait, what?
which is very weird.
You don't need to breathe?
No, it breathes for me.
Okay.
Very strange. So I am actually a Skitarii ranger, you might say. I have a galvanic rifle, which is very ornate, and I'm sure that I know how to use it. And then I also have a shock maul, which is like my favorite thing in existence.
Now that is one of, as we know, one of the most powerful weapons in all of the universe.
if not the most powerful
Yes,
weapon,
I
next
mean-
to nukes.
Now it got a tweak. Like we'll eventually have to go over how some of this equipment works. Hopefully we won't have to use it. But
Yeah, this should just be a relatively
yeah, I mean
simple
we're gonna
mission.
drill
Routine.
into the ship and we're gonna be fine.
We've done this before.
Yeah.
I don't think we've done this specific.
Yeah, we definitely
thing
haven't done this
before.
before.
Shut up. It'll be fine.
I mean, I've only peed in this body a few times, and it is weird, let me tell you. But, question, so you're a Skitarii ranger. Look, I'm just a simple Aeldari, and I don't really understand exactly what a Skitarii ranger is. So maybe explain a little bit about what is a Skitarii even?
Okay, so the basic training I have is being part of one of the tech cults of Mars. So, praise the Omnisci and all that junk.
I feel like you didn't really believe it when you just said it.
I believe it just enough. Did he protect my leg? No. But then I guess he gave me a metal leg.
He did, which I feel like
And like
he
a
is kind of for.
spine. And like skin. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I hail from the machine cults of Mars. I am equipped by them. They are convinced that I am one of them, or at least I hope so. So they give me anything I need to basically fight the enemies of the Emperor and the Omnissiah.
So you're like a robot man.
I'm mostly robot at this. I would say not mostly. I'm past the 50% threshold for like man machine.
So if I was to call you a man robot, that's wrong because it's got to be robot man first because you're more than 50% robot.
That's right.
fair enough.
Yeah, that's it. It's weird how it shifts that way.
Yeah, it is strange.
So, I mean, you mentioned, like, what's a Skitarii, but, for the people who are maybe a little less informed of this large galaxy of ours, what's an Aeldari other than a pointy-eared weird person?
Hey. We do have pretty sweet pointy ears. I mean, look, some people call us space keeblers, some call us space elves, but really, we're just tall,
arrogant,
sexy, badass,
jerks,
just kick-ass dudes and gals and peoples.
Lith?
You're bendy and you're quick and you're agile. That's what that word means.
Yeah, Lith.
I still think you guys are saying that word wrong.
What? No, it's Lith. It's definitely Lith, right?
Leith? Is it Leith?
Is it Leith?
I don't want to
Oh
have
my
this
god, it's
conversation.
Leith.
Leith.
We've been saying
Shoot.
it wrong forever. I'm sorry, Daniel.
The E at the end, it's suddenly
That's
so obvious.
You know what? Now it makes sense. It's in there for a reason.
Yeah.
So Aeldari are real Leith, and basically, flexible and so smart. As an Aeldari, I feel like I've really settled into my own.
Self-obsessed.
I feel like I was always meant to be an
prone
Aeldari.
to emotional outrage.
Yeah, okay, look, we do tend to have intense emotions, if
You're
you want to
not
call it that.
Eldari. You're a human in an
look,
Eldari.
Okay, I'm in the body. I gotta adapt,
You're
man.
piloting it, like soul piloting.
It's fine. It's gonna be great. There's gonna be no problems at all with a human soul in an Aeldari body.
Yeah, this is a thing that happens all the time, and everybody knows how it works.
Perfect. Also, not just an Aeldari, I'm an Aeldari Ranger. I mean, I got this sweet sniper rifle for a reason, and I got this cloak, this chameleon cloak. Watch. Now, you were trying to do some sort of stealthy thing, but watch this. Stand there. See the dark corner of the shuttle? Hold on, I'm gonna run. Can you see me?
I activate augmetics.
Oh, that's cheating. You did something with your eye. I saw that.
There's a light on you.
I think you're cheating.
I pressed the wall switch. There's a light on you.
Okay, that wasn't fair. I was hiding in the corner. I was stealthy. Daniel, would you say I was being very stealthy?
You were being pretty stealthy. I mean, generally, you would have to roll for that sort of thing if you were really trying to hide from somebody. But
look, let's just say I've got a natural ability, wink wink, called From the Shadows. I coined that myself. I think? I don't know. There's some things I remember that are mine, and some things that I don't, that just happen. Does that happen to you?
Well, I mean, the mine by definition would just be called, heavily augmented.
Yeah, I would agree. You definitely are.
There's a reason I don't take these clothes off.
Because you're a robot man.
I mean...
Do you shower?
Oh, please tell me you shower.
It showers for me. Doesn't it? That's how it works.
I know this is going to sound weird, but like when I sweat, I think I become cleaner, right?
That's what?
I don't have a lot of Aeldari knowledge. Maybe you could...
I mean, I smell great all the time. It's so weird.
Yeah, because you're self-obsessed and smelling yourself.
I mean, that's not... You gotta smell this, though. It's pretty good.
Lady Kalia on the ship knows a little bit about Eldars. Maybe we could talk to her when we get back.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I think we're getting closer to this vessel. So what's the plan, Daniel? We're gonna make our breach.
It's just gonna fly us there, right?
Right?
No, so we were sort of pointed in this direction, but the Hulk is moving, ever so slightly through space. One of us is going to need to pilot this to get us alongside.
Okay, well, my pilot skill is okay, but I think you've been better than this than I am.
I do a motion to crack my knuckles, and it just makes squeaky, metal sounds. I'm like, man, that's so many things lost. Yeah, I can pilot stuff. I'm good.
What's your pilot skill?
My pilot skill is a 6.
Ooh, that is pretty good.
What is your pilot skill?
My pilot skill is also a 6.
But that's, I believe, because you are naturally very agile.
Yes, like I said, I'm lithe. So
very lithe.
my fingers are very dexterous. I can. It's strange. I naturally can just catch things when people throw them near me. It's
but
crazy.
here's the thing though. Even though that may be your skill level, I'm still not going to trust you to control everything.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Didn't know how to press the translate button on a cogitator.
So somebody should probably pilot this before we crash into the ship.
Here we go.
Okay, so how hard is this roll?
This is going to be a standard roll, which requires you to have 3 successes. The difficulty number is 3.
Awesome. So I roll 6 dice because that is my agility, or that is my pilot skill, and one of those dice is a wrath dice. Here we go.
First roll.
So I got 2 regular successes, 2 4s, and an exalted success. I rolled 1 6. And my wrath dice is only a 3.
All right, so your wrath die is only a 3, so nothing special happens. If you roll a 1 or a 6 on that, interesting things can happen.
I assume the 1 is really bad things?
Yes, the 1 is bad, the 6 is good.
Yay!
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
But
Fair
I did
enough.
get 4 total successes because the 6 counts as 2, so I guess I passed.
That is enough for you to pass. All right, so if you look out the window here as you're sort of guiding our ship...
Whoa! Oh,
Okay, I thought you knew how to do this.
I do.
You're jolting your arms way too much.
Listen.
Calm, subtle movements.
They're like new arms. It's weird.
All right, let's... and we're attached now?
Okay, wow. All right, that was a lot more jarring than I thought it was going to be.
Drill button.
All right, and the auger has been activated.
Holy crap, that's loud.
Yes, it is very loud.
Man, I love this headset.
Okay, it looks like, it's powered down, finally. Jeez. Okay, I guess.
So the auger is right underneath our sort of airlock here. So if we open up our airlock, we can go inside the ship. It should be, airtight.
No. Before we go in here, do we know anything about these types of ships in terms of Do they have any like automated security that we might, run into as soon as we open the door?
So the issue is that every rogue trader vessel is kind of completely unique. Rogue traders being the unique special traders given a writ by the Emperor to just travel around the galaxy trading with people.
They're kind of like space pirates, but if space pirates were given like thumbs up from the local government.
So space privateers, actually.
Yeah, pretty much.
Privateers.
Listen, I
Jay.
liked it my way, where I had to add an extra thing to make it make sense. Fair?
No.
Ah, fine. Well,
So we don't necessarily know anything about what's going to be inside the ship. We did, from our scan, know the general direction of the helm. We're relatively close to like the sort of the command area, and that's presumably where we'd be able to turn off the security systems.
So can I check the air and make sure that the air is either breathable or has any contaminants in it?
That's a really good idea.
Okay. Well, so before I open our airlock, I would like to take an air sample.
All right,
and
that
make
will
sure
be a
it's okay.
challenging tech use check.
Challenging tech use.
Challenging is going to be a difficulty of 5.
Now, thankfully, because I hail from the Omnissiah, I wasn't birthed by the Omnissiah. I was part of the group of the Omnissiah peoples.
he always talks about it.
It's great. I have actually a tech use of 7.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Look, if
And
there's dangerous toxic chemicals over there and you save us from it, I'm fine with you talking about the Omnissiah all the time.
I mean, I'm fine because I won't breathe them in. But like for you,
What?
Things could still happen.
Maybe Aeldari can hold their breath for really long. Is that a thing? Maybe,
I think he's just making up rules.
right?
Let's just turn on that scanner, buddy.
All right. So here we go. How many did I need?
5.
I needed 5.
Yes.
Because you're confirming, it sounds like you must have rolled really well.
Unfortunately, I rolled only 1 regular success
Oh.
and an exalted success, so that's only 3.
All right. So that's not enough. Now,
So yeah, the air's fine.
that's not quite what it's saying. What it's saying is that it's inconclusive. That
Were
it's,
you just about to just make a shot in the dark?
I opened the door.
You idiot. As he opens the door, I immediately basically clip the helmet on top of my Eldar mesh armor, which looks pretty good, and just click it into place just in case something just like wafts immediately into the shuttle.
All right. As we look inside the rogue trader, no weird air chemicals immediately murder us, so that's nice.
Good.
Yeah, lucky. Real lucky. You don't have to breathe.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I'm the only one that has to breathe.
Yeah.
That's why I was upset.
Yeah, we can go into the vacuum of
Yeah,
space.
all right, great, cool. Great that you guys can go into the vacuum of space.
I can't.
All right,
I don't know how long I could survive there. The pressure is a little weird for me.
You'd be fine.
all right listen. Okay. Do we see anything, Daniel?
So as you look around, this rogue trader vessel is not nearly as opulently decorated as the flexible demeanor. There are like
There's a lot of gold trim in that ship.
there's like almost the entire place is carpeted even, that is so much carpet on our ship.
So much time to vacuum all of that carpet.
So I mean, they have the automated vacuum system that takes
That's
care of
true.
all of it.
But-
so this is far more Spartan.
This is, yes, the floor is sort of a gunmetal gray, the 40K standard. It's eerily quiet, to be honest. You don't hear anybody moving around. You don't see anyone. You do hear sort of the sounds of the ship, like a little bit of the metal creaking in space. But besides that, it is empty.
So can I go? Is there any like console immediately in our vicinity?
There's one close enough. It's a little ways down the hall that you see.
Before you head down the hall, let me quickly stealth and get up ahead and maybe scout out the area. Does that sound good?
Okay, I want to make my way to the console and maybe access the ship.
Okay, but let me check the area first. So
Okay.
I throw up the hood of my camo cloak and I'm gonna do a stealth check.
Okay. It'll be a difficulty 3 stealth check.
Difficulty 3
stealth check.
Okay, well, as you know, as a Aeldari with my camo cloak, as I displayed very well on the shuttle earlier, I'm pretty stealthy. I have a skill of 10 in stealth. So I rolled 10 die. One of them went rogue.
It's 10 dice. Die is the singular.
Fair enough. I'm rolling 10 dice. It was not a very good roll, but I did get 2 5s and an exalted success, so I get a total of 4, right? And I
Yes.
needed only 3?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah.
Did you get a 1 or a 6 on your wrath die?
Nope, my wrath die is a 2.
All right. We won't always need to say that, but I'm just because we're getting used to this
yeah, we're getting used to it.
new system, as it were. We
Yeah.
want to make sure that isn't okay. So you move into the shadows. This thing is also, to be fair, not particularly well lit. There are just sort of almost just fluorescent lights that are just at different spots, like a little ways down the hall, just sort of like bare hanging, like fluorescent lights.
Like a step above emergency lighting.
Yeah, this guy must have been a miser, or he must have been losing a bunch of money, because this place
Jeez.
looks cheap.
Oh, man. The captain's going to be really pissed if he's trying to loot this place.
So I'm gonna start to jaunt over to the security console.
Well, before you do, I'm going to look down the scope of my Ranger long rifle and scope out the area now that I'm stealth. Do I
Alright.
see anything?
Looking around, just the basic thing that you see is, again, this is mostly empty, but you do see signs of battle. Just a little ways down, you see just spent shell casings on the ground. You see a little bit of scarring on one of the on some of the walls from somebody must have been firing weapons, and there's also quite a bit of blood on the walls and every little
Red blood?
red blood. Yes.
I was going to say, as I adjust the scope on my sight, do I see, like, do the shell casings look like regular-sized bullet casings, or do they look like enormously large or small? Or...
These look like standard human-sized, the kind of thing that the crew would probably have.
Okay, and red blood. Okay,
Red blood. But there are no bodies.
Interesting. And do I see any other marks, like, along the walls, like maybe, like, massive dents or scrapes or claws or anything?
No, not in this. No.
So I drop my scope. I look around the area where Andrew was going to run up to the terminal. Does there look like there's anything nearby?
No, there's nothing.
Okay.
Just the.
So
terminal.
I wave you forward.
Okay. I move up to the console. I want to access the console and check the ship systems.
All right, because the security is still engaged, this will be another challenging check.
Okay, so how many do I need to succeed?
That is 5.
I need a 5 to succeed.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, here we go. Hopefully I roll better than last time.
I believe in you.
Worse.
Oh, please don't tell me you rolled a 1 on your wrath die.
I did not, but I only
Okay.
got 2 successes. So.
Man, you really got to get used to those new robot hands.
I mean, they're weird and clumsy, and they make creaky noises.
We need to get some, like, oil for those, I think.
The screen turns red as you are locked out.
That's
Okay.
good.
So I'm just, because it's locked out there, I'm just going to access the schematic that Hardin gave us.
It's not a full schematic, but we have a general idea where the
rough idea, just to get to the bridge.
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess we just keep moving forward.
That way.
Should I make would a survival check help me, like, navigate, like, ahead of us?
No, not survival.
Damn.
You guys should both make standard awareness checks as we continue towards the bridge.
That's good. I have a 1 in that.
Y-
I'm sneaky. I'm just not very aware of where I'm sneaking.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Here we
Look.
go. I didn't succeed. I didn't
you-
get a single success. Oh wait, I gotta roll my wrath die. I can't even roll. I just gotta roll my single wrath die. Nah, I succeeded. I
If
got a
you had
4.
rolled a 1, that would have been
that would have been
even better.
terrible. My eyes sink back into my skull.
Wait, did you succeed? I'm sorry.
Yes, I did. I got a 4. I got a 1. I don't know what the success rate is on whatever we're doing.
No, so you need 3. The difficulty is 3. Did you
Oh
get
yeah,
3?
I can't ever. I have a 1. I roll 1 die. I
That's
can't
why
ever succeed.
That's why I was confused. Okay. You should maybe try to get better at that.
Yes,
Okay,
probably.
So I have an awareness of 5, but unfortunately I only rolled 1 success, so I'm not aware. We're going to go ahead and swap those dice out. And hope these are other not
Andrew, I
terrible
feel
dice.
pretty good about this direction. I feel like whatever is around us is
That way?
just air and can't hurt us.
that way, right?
Yep,
I mean,
definitely.
it's totally clear.
Yeah.
Do we have to walk in the direction of the blood and bullets?
I don't think we have to.
So
No,
the
I'm
blood
saying-
and bullets is sort of scattered in. You're sort of at like a T intersection where you came in, and you see blood and bullets in all the different directions.
Okay.
Okay, so blood and bullets wherever we
the
go.
The answer to that question is yes.
Yep,
It's
yep.
just not specific.
Perfect.
All right, going to the what the hell do you call that place? The bridge. We're going to the bridge.
Perfect. Bridge it is. So start walking there.
All right.
But walking cautiously. Like, I do have my Ranger long rifle out, and occasionally as we come down, like, to hallways, I'll like peek around the corner and put the scope down the hall to see if there's anything there.
Unfortunately, your awareness was not high enough.
Good. Oh, the cap on my scope is still on. Okay.
It's more to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
I will just...
I'm trying to look cool in my new Aeldari body.
I'm just going to have my shock maul basically ready to go.
All right. Well, as we're going down the hallway here... Oh, God, what's that?
Wait, what? Oh, my God.
What the hell?
And standing in the hallway are a pair of combat servitors.
Oh, good.
Servitors being human beings that have had most of their minds stripped away and are melded with technology so that they're sort of walking robots.
Is it weird? Is it like looking in a dark reflective mirror?
No, they're definitely lobotomized humans.
Yeah, I mean, but it's, they're kind of like robot. Well, they're man robots, I guess, and you're a robot man.
But the thing about them that differentiates them from a normal servitor is the flesh that is within them is covered in pustules and is like sort of weak. You see that it's not moving at its sort of full speed. It is normally a servitor is moving with both its biological parts and its metallic parts, but this one, the metallic parts seem to be doing most of the work.
A piece of it just sloughed off on the ground and it's coming at me.
That's disgusting.
All right, I think it's time to fight.
All right, how do we do this?
Yes, this new system makes it a little different. So generally, whoever gets the drop on the other one is going to be the first one to go.
Oh, good.
So one of the servitors is going to go first, and one of them has a gun, and one of them has a sort of gigantic metal punchy arm.
Oh, good. One of those.
Awesome.
So the one with the gun is going to level it at you, Andrew. Because
Good.
you have a melee weapon, so it's like I'll just blast that thing with the melee weapon before it gets close to me.
Boy, is he gonna be surprised. Do they have gender?
They
at that
had
point?
a gender at one point.
They're robots now. They're man robots.
Man bots.
Yeah, man bots.
Person bots.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to roll its attack dice, and it's going to have to try to hit your what's it called? Your defense. It's going to need to hit your defense. What is your defense rating?
My defense is a 2.
All right. So it got 2 successes. It got just enough to hit you. Everything else was a failure, but it got 1 6, so that counted as 2 successes. So that is going to hit you. So its damage is 12 plus 2 extra damage dice. So the way that works is it's going to do 12 damage to you, and then it is going to roll 2 dice, and if it gets a success on one of those dice, it's going to do an extra point of damage.
Okay. So at a maximum 14, lowest 12.
Yes. Well, it rolled a 6, so that's going to count as 2 damage. So that'll be a total of 14 damage to you. What's your resilience?
My resilience is 9.
All right, that's a combination of your built-in toughness and the armor that you're wearing. So you're going to subtract your resilience from the 14 damage.
Which leaves 5 remaining.
So you take 5 damage.
Now, how does soak in such things work?
So soak is an ability that you have where you could just try to roll with the punches that are coming at you. It will tire you out as opposed to hurting you as much. So to do that, you have a special soak value written on your sheet. Do you see your soak value?
Yes, my soak value is 5.
All right. You're going to roll 5 dice. Do not roll a wrath die with it.
Okie dokie. And I'm looking for successes in the same way, I'm assuming?
Yes.
So I got 3 successes.
All right. 3 successes. So you prevent 3 wounds, and those 3 wounds instead become shock.
Gotcha.
However, you always get 1 extra shock when you try to soak.
Okay, so I have a current rating of 5 shock right now.
And you have now spent 4 shock.
Gotcha. So I'm down to 1 shock left. And does my soak go away, or is that I can continue to use that value?
You can use your soak as long as you have the shock for it.
Gotcha.
Just think of it as an extra set of hit points on top of your normal hit points that only lasts for a short period of time. Some people are better at soaking damage to sort of roll with the punches and avoid attacks, whereas some people just have a lot of hit points, or I believe they're called wounds, and they just like, cool, shoot me, I don't care.
Yeah, I have 7 wounds starting, so now I'm down to 5.
Okay.
All right.
So there isn't an elaborate initiative system. It just is sort of the enemy goes and then you go. So you guys will decide who is going to seize the initiative now. Who is going to go next?
Because all of the enemies don't go at once. We alternate.
We alternate. The bad guys go, then you guys go, then the bad guys go, then you guys go.
All right. Well, I think since you got attacked, I think it's only fair that you bring the justice of the Emperor back upon them.
Yes, I want to charge the gun guy who just shot me because he's a jerk, and I want to smash his face in with a shock maul.
That seems good. Do that. You're going to make your roll using your weapon skill, and you get to add 1 because you're charging at him.
Hells yeah. So I normally have a 7 weapon skill, and now I have an 8. What is their defense rating?
Their defense rating is 2.
Okay, so same as us, or same as me at least. I don't know.
Most defense ratings around 2 or 3.
Gotcha. Well, hot damn. That is an exalted success, 4 regular successes, and a 6 on my wrath die.
Well, of course, because you use the ancient and powerful weapon known as the
shock maul. It has all the power in the universe.
Of course.
Condensed.
Of course, your first attack makes me have to know more about the world. All right, so let's walk through the steps here. So you have that many icons. Do you have any exalted icons that you don't need?
I do. I have 1 6 that I don't need.
So you can use that bonus 6 that you have to shift that over to give you a bonus point of damage.
I will shift it.
Or a bonus dice of damage.
A bonus dice of damage, yes. I will shift it. So my shock maul has a damage value of 4, but I add my strength, which is a 3, so it's a damage of 7, and it normally has 2 extra damage dice, but because I pushed a 6, it has 3 extra damage dice.
Yeah.
Roll for that damage.
I got a 3, a 5, and a 6. Now, this weapon is brutal, which means that on my extra damage dice, I add 1 to the result, which means that 3 becomes a 4.
Wow.
That 5 becomes a 6, and the 6
Holy
becomes
cow.
a 7. So it's actually 5 bonus damage.
The 6 doesn't become a 7. That's not how that works.
It works in my
It
brain.
does with the shock maul.
Okay.
But yeah, so that actually means that it's 12 damage with an AP of -1.
Now wait, AP -1, what does that mean?
Okay, so some weapons, most regular weapons, have an AP value of 0. The AP stands for armor penetration, but the shock maul, of course, being the most powerful weapon in the universe,
Of course.
is special, and it has an AP of -1, which means it ignores 1 point of armor.
Jeez.
Okay, so you do a total of 6 damage to him, and because it's agonizing, he also takes 6 shock. He only has 2 shock, so he takes the extra 4 as damage.
So, yes, agonizing is another ability that the shock maul has, that for every damage dealt, they take 1 shock.
So here's the thing. You did 10 damage total to this servitor. He has 3 wounds.
Oh. What happens to him, Daniel?
He's destroyed utterly. You just smash him to the ground with your hammer. The pus sort of is flying out of his body. It's kind of gross. But there's no specific...
I was going to say, there was a moment that I was waiting for like ammunition to explode and bad things to happen.
You did get a 6 on your wrath die.
I did.
So if he had not died, then you could do a critical hit, which has graphic descriptions and crazy things can happen. But at this point, he's just dead. You don't need to critical hit him. The critical hit happens after you do your initial damage.
Listen,
I look forward to hearing what this critical crazy shenanigans are.
Look, I mean, his body was barely being held up by the organic stuff, so I just hit him and he kind of just imploded.
It's like wet paper, just gross.
But because you did not use a critical hit, that 6 instead becomes glory.
Whoa, what's glory?
Glory is a special resource. In our old system, we had something called a fate point where you could re-roll things.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew, you have received a point of glory, which allows you to re-roll dice as needed, and a couple of other interesting things that we'll talk about when they come up.
It's because I'm so glorious.
I love that you gloriously murdered a servitor so hard that you got god magic, basically.
You hit him so hard that you're just better now.
The Omnissiah was like, I am pleased.
I approve by how well you smashed this enemy.
The corruption of the mechanical parts cannot be allowed. Smash.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like that.
Yeah,
Like that.
that's how he talks.
That's how I imagine it in my brain. I don't actually hear him.
Oh, well, that's good, because
just-
I would be worried.
No, I just get beamed binary code. It's very strange.
Terrifying.
While you guys are chatting, the servitor rushes towards you, Jay.
I'm like high-fiving. You're like, yeah. Oh, no.
And its gigantic servo arm is flying right
man,
towards
I
your
got
face.
the punchy one.
He has a weapon skill of 5.
I hope he doesn't crumple you like wet paper.
Well, he can't crumple me. I'm so lithe.
That's right. You're like a
Gotta
leaf on the wind.
You keep
I
saying
am
that
like a
word
leaf on the
wrong.
wind.
All right, so I rolled a 4 to hit. What's your defense?
My defense is a 3, which
Okay.
is lower.
So normally you would be screwed, but
Good.
this gigantic fist is very unwieldy.
Oh, because it's the unwieldy rule.
Yes, the unwieldy rule. And because it is unwieldy too, it takes your defense goes up by 2 when he's trying to hit you.
Ah, so I have a defense of 5. So what you're saying is
He misses you.
I'm extra lithe.
That's not what I'm saying. Because
Perfect.
Leith is not a...
Dodged it.
Yes, you dodge the attack. He runs towards you. He swings his fist down, trying to smash you over the head, just like the shock maul smashed his ally over the head. But you just dodge out of the way, and he misses.
I assume it leaves like a massive impact in the floor.
There is definitely a huge impact in the floor.
Feels like if that had hit me, that would have potentially killed me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Do you notice also that when he hit the ground that like more pieces of him fell off?
Yeah, I did notice that. I'm going to shoot him now. So I pull out my shuriken pistol because my Ranger long rifle is probably not going to give me any benefits at this close
Yeah.
range. And with pistols, I can use them at close range, correct?
Yes.
But it,
You have to use your weapon skill. The
Yeah.
thing that you use for melee is what you use.
dang it, my ballistic skill's so much better, though.
Well, then stay away from enemies.
Yeah, if I leave, like if I move away from him, will I potentially get attacked?
Yes, you will get attacked unless you disengage, but if you disengage, then you won't get a
Yeah.
chance to fire at
Don't
him.
want to do that. All right, I'm just going to shoot at this guy. So I just draw my shuriken pistol. I have to roll weapon skill because I'm in close combat. All right.
You're doing gun kata.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
like-
doing gun kata.
Your regular John Wick.
Yeah, you know, that ancient hero from legend.
I think his name was the Baba Yaga, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
yes.
He's
The
a demon
ghost.
now. Now, I can aim because I can sacrifice a move because I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to give him a chance to punch me again with that murderous punchy gauntlet.
Yeah.
And I can either gain a +1d, so I guess 1 extra die, on a ranged attack, or fire into melee without risk. Now,
That would be if you were shooting in at somebody else's
but I'm
melee.
in it, so
You're already in the melee.
So then
There's-
I'm gonna aim, which should be easy because he's right in front of me. So
Yeah, this is more less aiming and more just like you're taking a deep breath, you're getting ready to take the shot.
yeah, to gun kata him in the face.
So what's your weapon skill normally?
So my weapon skill is a 7. So when I add a die to it, I'm rolling 8. So here we go.
All right. His defense is a 2.
That's good because I got a 5 and a 6, so I got a 3. So I
Okay.
did hit him.
You did hit him. Nothing on the wrath die?
Nope. Oh no, the wrath die is a 1.
Ooh.
No!
So your weapon's going to go off. You still succeed. You don't not succeed.
Yes.
But you realize that you had left your shuriken pistol on full auto. You were planning on just doing a like sort of normal like burst fire. You spend your entire clip at once.
What? And it all hits him in the face, right?
No, it kind of goes a little bit wild. You're going to do your normal attack, but unfortunately after this you will need to
like
reload.
comically shooting them everywhere.
Yeah, just sort of everywhere.
So you see all these like little, almost like look like mini ninja stars, just like slamming and slicing into the walls around. Look, okay, I haven't used this before, okay? This is the first time firing it, admittedly, and I think it went all right, because now I'm going to do damage.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 10 damage plus 1 die, which is a 5, so it's 11 damage.
11 damage. All right. And does that pierce any armor?
It has no AP value. If I had shifted a 6, it would give it an AP of 3, but I didn't.
No, yeah, because you have that special thing. All right. You have killed it.
Yes!
You do 4 damage to it. It has 3 wounds. You fire all over the place, and you just the thing is, it's less that you're missing and more that you just keep firing your pistol into it after it has already been deactivated.
The gun's basically just like clicking, like just completely out of ammunition. Wow, that actually worked out all right.
You look over to your left. I've taken cover behind the body of the other one, just like, what the hell are you
I
doing?
look around, there's just like shurikens just stuck in every inch of the corridor.
What the hell?
Okay.
You were supposed to read the manual.
Yeah, all right. Look, it was all in Aeldari. Like I said, I can't read it.
Translate button. Translate.
Okay, I just found out about that, all right? Okay, look, I'm going to reload this. I got it. I'm not going to do it.
All right. So everybody comes on a mission with 3 reloads for each of their weapons. So you have now used up one of your reloads for that weapon.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I promise I'm going to be better with it next time. It'll be totally fine.
Yeah, let's try not to waste our clips like that. But you killed it. You killed it, and it didn't hit you.
That's true. I didn't. Oh, no. Daniel,
Yes.
don't be alarmed.
Yes.
But there is a shuriken sticking out of the top of your servo skull head.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I mean, you...
Careful.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So let's do this. I'm going to turn you off, okay? I'm just going to hit the switch on the back and shut you down, and we're going to carefully pull the shuriken out.
Okay.
I am gonna.
I'm correct. I'm not going to do it, but you're going to do it, right?
I will do it.
Okay. Really sorry about this, Daniel. All right. Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn you off. Here we go.
Thanks for listening to this grim, dark tale and our first episode of Wrath and Story. If this is your first time listening, allow me to introduce myself. I am the Imperial Scribe of this vessel, currently aboard the rogue trader known only as the Flexible Demeanor. But I've been following Jay, Andrew, and Daniel for quite some time now. Let's just say I have an interest in their exploits. Every month I'll be here to chronicle their adventures and announce whatever exciting news we may have in store for you. Things like bonus content, secret episodes, and much, much more. Mark my words, coming this November, there will be much to be excited about. But in the meantime, it seems our boys have stumbled into something quite unusual. Diseased servitors? An empty rogue trader? What dangers await them? Tune in next week to find out. Special thanks to Daniel Fernandez for inserting his soul into a servo skull and helping these two as game master. If you've enjoyed this episode, why not leave us a rating and review on iTunes? It would be most appreciated. And as always, if you enjoy the Warhammer 40k universe and you want to get your wargaming fix, you can tune in to Roll to Seas every final Wednesday and listen to Jay and Andrew. And if you'd like to download more episodes or check out other similar podcasts, head over to partialarc.com. There you might enjoy listening to Friday Night Quests, a podcast much like Wrath and Story, but set in the fantastical and equally hilarious world of Dungeons & Dragons. You may even recognize some familiar voices, such as Daniel Fernandez or even Jay Jones, along with many more ridiculous and wonderful characters. Definitely check it out. Of course, you can always follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all at Partial Arc. And if you have any questions for Daniel and the boys, send them an email at wrathandstory@gmail.com. That's with the "and" spelled out. We may even answer them on one of our next episodes, so stay tuned. Of course, I'll continue to chronicle the adventures of Jay, Andrew, and Daniel every first and second Wednesday of the month. But be aware, a new schedule is coming, but more on that next month. Until next time, goodbye.